Ringette Canada is proud to present the National Ringette League live from Montreal. Good morning and welcome to the Gadbois Centre here in Montreal. We are gearing up to watch the Montreal Mission take on the Atlantic Attack. We have both teams taking the ice. And in black we have our home team, Montreal Mission. It's actually our reigning champions from last year, head coached by Stephanie Seguin, assisted by Claudia Jeté and Cassie Schiem. And they are taking on the Atlantic Attack this morning.
On the Atlantic Attack side, we have them in the white jerseys today, joined by their coaching staff, head coach Gilles Proulx, assistant coaches Annie Cormier, Kelty Léger, Roland Cormier, and Marc Beal. We are expecting a good matchup today, this morning, to kick off the first game of 6 in our Montreal hub for the National Ringette League.
Very excited wherever you're tuning in from this morning. It's going to be a really good matchup. This is already the third time this season that these two teams have met, each taking away one victory, so we'll see who's here to take home the third. We've got about 4 minutes left in the warm-up, and then we'll start with the first of 4 quarters. So Ringette will be played over 4 quarters of 13 minutes with about a 15-minute intermission at half. If you're new to Ringette, we'll be going over some of the rules as we play, and it's going to be a very exciting game.
What we can expect today is a lot of speed. Like we said, this is a good matchup. This team, both of these teams have a lot of experience, but also we're looking at a lot of young players that are coming in and looking to build their career in the National Ringette League.
Yeah, and speaking of experience on the ice, there's also tons of experience on the bench. On Montreal's side, 2 of their coaching staff are actually also the coaching staff for Team Canada, as well as Montreal's team captain is the head coach of Team Canada Senior that will be heading to Finland in just a few weeks to compete for the World Championship. And like we already said, Montreal was last year's reigning champs, but they do have quite a few rookies on their team this season, so we're really excited to see what they bring.
Looking on the Atlantic side, if we looking back to the Canadian Ringette Championships at the end of the 2024-2025 season, they did place 5th in the championship, and I'm sure they're looking to improve that at the end of this season. One interesting tidbit when it comes to the National Ringette League is that the season games do matter. It places them at the end of the season to be able to get a better matchup when it comes to the Canadian Ringette Championships. They get placed into 2 pools. One is more beneficial than the other, so that season games do matter in their placements. So every game matters when it comes to the season.
And right now we're going to cut to a little video of Ringette from 1979 that's going to go over some of the legacy of Ringette. We hope you enjoy.
Ringette is a Canadian game designed exclusively for girls. Basically, it is played on ice with a ring and a bladeless stick. It was invented in Ontario in the mid-1960s and ever since has been soaring in popularity. Today, there are between 50 and 60,000 girls in Canada who play Ringette, and 350 of those gathered here in Winnipeg for the first ever Canadian Championships. 16-year-old Lisa Lowe has been playing Ringette for 9 years. She is a center for a team from Ajax, Ontario. Tell me how you got started in Ringette 9 years ago.
When I had to go undercover, I was supposed to say I was 8 years old, but I really wasn't, so that's how I started.
And Lisa finished this game with 1 goal and 1 assist. In the second period, Ontario outscored Manitoba 5-3 to win 8-6.
I hope it goes in the history books. I'll probably remember it for the rest of my life. I'll probably tell it to my grandchildren.
So that was 45 years ago. A lot's changed today. The equipment's looking a lot different. The teams are different, but I think the general consensus is that the sport is all about speed, all about teamwork, passing. Not much has changed in that area, but a lot of big improvements in the rules as well. And we're going to be going over some of the brand new rules implemented this year while we're watching today's game. So we're about 10 seconds out. The teams are just going to have a little huddle, a few last-minute words from their coaches, and then the starting lineups will hit the ice. Each team will have 5 players and their goalie starting.
So just a reminder that we will be doing 4 periods of 13 minutes to complete this game. After the second quarter, there will be a halftime period where the ice will be cleared and cleaned up for the players to have fresh ice for the second half of the game.
And we can see now starting for Montreal is Captain Julie Blanchette with her forward line mates Emily Brulé and Juliette Lassard, with their defensive pairing of 21 Zoe Aubin and number 96 Annie-Pierre Séguin, starting in nets number 33 Marie-Ève Dubé.
For Atlantic Attack, we've got number 77 Brittany Snowden, we've got number 23 Vautour, number 18 Godette, number 22 Cormier, number 30, Fraser, their goalie, who is a rookie. And we're just getting set up for the national anthem. All right, so as we got to see, we got the little players that got to join the Montreal Mission team out on the ice. They absolutely love these moments. From coaching ourselves, Megan and I do have some coaching experience. We know that those players really look up to the older players, so it's a really great experience for them to come out and be part of this moment with them as we gear up to start this exciting first game of the weekend.
Yeah, and the visiting team, the Atlantic Attack, will start with the ring in the free play circle. They have 5 seconds to get the ring out of the circle.
And here we go.
All right, pass off to the captain. Number 22 with the ring. She's going to look to send it into the zone. Pass to 14. We have 22 cycling with the ring. Cormier. To 77, Snowden. Back to Cormier. Looking for a shot. First shot of the game. Atlantic takes the ring back. And we're cycling again. Drops to number 18, Godette. To Snowden. Looking to get that shot off. Pass to the corner to 23. Lots of good control from the Atlantic already. Battle for the ring. Atlantic's coming out with it again. So here we go, 77, Brittany Snowden with the ring. Shot just wide of the net. And Atlantic's back with it again. And now picked up by Montreal Mission, 99, Blanchette. To Lassard. Pass to Boulet. Montreal looking to set up in the offensive zone. Got some line changes. Fresh legs, number 10, Blanchard. Pass on the corner. Shot. Saved by the goalie, Fraser. Fraser dishes it out. Number 14 caught up by the board. She makes a support pass off to number 20. Up the ice to number 2, LeBlanc. Little battle for the ring up against the boards. Montreal comes out with it. Looking to get it into the zone. 79, sorry. Shot. Number 10, Blanchard with the ring up top again. Passes it across.
That's good control there, keeping the ring in possession for Montreal.
10 again. Another shot. Nice save by the goalie. Montreal getting the line change, and Atlantic's coming up with the ring again. Pass intercepted by number 9. Into the zone now. Number 3, Viola with the ring. Passes to number 9, Nagy. Drop pass, shot.
That was a great shot.
Nice shot, nice save. Recycling again. Nagy with the ring. Shot clock's running out. She's going to need a reset.
And that's the shot clock going off. They have 30 seconds to get a shot on net. And Atlantic Attack will get the ring back.
Yeah, so because she didn't get the shot off quite in time, the shot clock did run out, so Atlantic's going to take possession of the ring.
So in this case, it would usually be a goalie ring. The referees had something to address on the ice, therefore it will be a face-off in the Atlantic Attack's defensive zone to hopefully move up the ice. So there seems to be some technical difficulties when it comes to the shot clock, which is being discussed right now. That is our small delay that we're seeing here. Once that is sorted, I'm sure the game will be back on its way.
And this is actually quite common. Ringette is still a building sport. We're growing constantly, but most arenas actually are not equipped with a shot clock yet for Ringette. We bring them and set them up before the game, so sometimes small technical difficulties do happen.
So from these first couple minutes of the game, Meg, I find that it's really starting quickly. There's a lot of offensive play. They're really moving the triangle. The triangle is the defensive style of play that's chosen in Ringette. And I'm seeing some really good scoring opportunities and some really nice shots out there.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of time for both teams in the offensive zone. Not much going on in the neutral zone, meaning that both teams are getting really quick transitions up and down the ice. I expect to see a very offensive game. Both these teams are quite offensive. Montreal has played already 3 games this season, and they're averaging about 7 goals a game, I believe. So pretty high scores. We're looking to see more of that today.
Just to keep everybody up to date, they're still working through the technical difficulties with the shot clock.
Ashlyn was mentioning that we've got a lot of shots off already, and on the Atlantic side, their goalie, number 30, Georgia Fraser, is a rookie, so she's doing great so far. Already had 4 or 5 shots against her, making some really nice saves. Great start for the season for her. So Atlantic passes back to their goalie. They're looking to come up the ice. Pass just missed. Battle on the boards. Picked up by number 11. 68 for Montreal, passes the ring out. And another interception by the Atlantic Attack. 11 with the ring. Passes in deep. Picked up by our teammate who passes it off to 77 Snowden.
Atlantic Attack getting a fresh set of legs.
Pass across, just missed. Blanchette for Montreal with the ring. Passes to Trudel. Back to Blanchette. Up to Lassard. Drops off to Brulé. Brulé cycling now with the ring, looking for some opportunities. Nice pass in front, just missed.
Very close.
Dishes it back to the Atlantic Attack. Pass up the ice to number 6, Richard. Passes in deep to Snowden. Snowden cycling. Pass to the corner. Drop pass and shot. Montreal's goalie Dubé now looking to give her goalie ring. Number 4, Lassard with the ring, looking for some support in deep to 21, Aubin for Montreal. And we've got a delayed penalty coming to the Atlantic Attack. 91 Brulé up to 99 Blanchette. So now Montreal is pulling their goalie. They are now allowed 4 in the zone, and they're looking to set up their power play. Pass up top to Blanchard. Shot just wide of the net. Picked up by Blanchette. All right, so we've got a penalty coming up for the Atlantic Attack.
That penalty is going to number 23, Vautour. And that penalty, we're waiting to see the signaling from the referee. So this will be a power play for Montreal. It'll be a 5 against 4 across the ice.
So we've got number 23, Manon Vautour, for the Atlantic Attack in the penalty box right now. And now for those of you new to Ringette, Ringette is played in zones. So in the offensive zone, each team is allowed 3 players. Power play or not, it is still 3. So the power play is not as strong as in other sports because it will still be a 3-on-3 in the offensive zones. But for the entire ice, it's going to be 5-on-4, which will give an advantage.
So it looks like we are still experiencing some delays and technical difficulties when it comes to the shot clock. They are working through that again.
While we're waiting on the technical difficulties, we just want to take a minute to thank our Ringette Canada sponsors. So a huge thank you to the Government of Canada, Gatorade, Sports Play, Athena Ringette, and all the team sponsors for your support of Ringette and women's sports. Like we said already, Ringette is a growing sport. If you're tuning in, wherever you're tuning in from, we're so happy you're here. We are huge fans of Ringette, players of Ringette, coaches of Ringette, and we love all of the attention that the sport is starting to get.
today this morning on the ice. Followed by the 7 p.m. game, Montreal Mission versus the Eastern Ontario Capitals. That'll wrap up those games for today. That's what we have to look forward to.
Yeah, and we've talked about it a little bit at the beginning, but the National Ringette League is played in what we call hubs. So the schedule looks like 4 or 5 teams coming to one arena over the course of a weekend and playing out 3 or 4 games. This really helps reduce travel times as the teams are spread out across Canada, and this really helps the athletes prepare for multiple games played over the course of a short time, because their championship is 1 week long with up to, I think, 8 to 10 games they play. So this really helps the cardio, the stamina, having these hubs. Condensed weekend, lots of ringette, so lots of games coming up to see.
Looks like we might be finding some resolution.
So just as a reminder, the Atlantic Attack is just serving their first penalty, the first penalty of the game, number 23, Manon Vautour in the box, which means that Montreal Mission will take possession of ring in the offensive zone.
So from intel we're getting from the arena, there seems to be no backup set of shot clocks here. So they're trying to figure out a solution so that we don't play without our shot clock. It looks like we're going to get going with only one shot clock working on the opposite side of the ice from what we're looking at right now. So
looks like we're getting ready to start again.
We will keep you up to date on where that shot clock sits and as it's counting down for the teams.
So once we get going here, we'll have number 10, Blanchard, starting with the ring alongside her line mates, 25, Lanouette. And I believe, and I can't see the number of the other player, but as soon as she turns around, I'll let you know.
75.
And 79, Ophélie Vivier. Blanchard dishes it off to Lanouette, and we're up. Lanouette back pass to Blanchard, shot just wide of the net. Lanouette picks it up again for Montreal. Lanouette up top, back pass, just missed. Vivier with the ring, another back pass to Blanchard. Blanchard cycles up top, dishes it to Lanouette, looking for some room. She circles back. Lanouette still with the ring. Drop pass to Blanchard. Pass across to Lanouette.
Looks like Lanouette was looking for the change. Didn't quite get the opportunity.
And Montreal will take some changes. Oh, just missed the ring. Atlantic's looking to pick it up. Montreal, Nagy. Nagy passes it off to Tanguay.
Update, there is no shot clock, therefore
Tanguay with the ring.
Rush.
Passes it off to Viola. Viola looking to Tanguay. Shot. Fraser picks it up for the Atlantic Attack. Good forechecking by Montreal Mission. Atlantic with the ring now. Passes it up to 11, Richard. Richard looking for support. She finds it. Dingwell with the ring. Up to Beal. Pass intercepted by Montreal.
10 seconds left in
Trudell
the
now
Atlantic
entering
attack.
the zone.
Penalty.
Tanguay with the ring. Montreal looking to slow it down a little bit, get their changes. Tanguay a pass to Blanchard, to Blanchette. Julie Blanchette cycling with the ring. Pass to Lessard, just missed. Atlantic picks it up. Atlantic breaking down the ice with speed. Manon Vautour. Back pass just missed. Gaudette with the ring. To Vautour. Cycling, looking across. Pack pass to Snowden. Snowden across, shot. Nice save. Oh. Gaudette with the ring. Snowden cycling with the ring for the Atlantic attack. Snowden drops it off. Pass across, shot. Oh, just hit the post. Nice shot.
Nice shot, nice save.
Good forechecking by Snowden. Atlantic picks up the ring again. Atlantic forwards are going to make some changes.
Montreal defense got a little switch there.
We have LeBlanc, nice shot. Dubé for Montreal with the goalie ring.
So right there in Ringette, when the goalie gets the ring in their crease, they have 5 seconds to distribute the ring. In this case, Montreal, Dubé was unable to find an open player, and the ring returns as a face-off to the Atlantic attack. So they will continue on the offense here, looking for that first goal of the game.
Atlantic, Richard passes it off to Dobbin. To LeBlanc. LeBlanc cycling now with the ring for the Atlantic attack. Cuts into the middle, dishes it out. Dobbin again, gets into the center, shot. Saved. Camille Duquette from Montreal takes the ring up the ice. Pass into the zone, Blanchard. Oh, nice try. And Atlantic goes up the ice once again. Nice pass. Picked up by Montreal. Duquette. To Moreau. Pass into the corner. Picked up by Vivier. Vivier waiting to give Montreal some changes. Mia Tanguay cycling with the ring for Montreal. Passed across to Viola. Viola looking for a shot. She gets it. She scores. Goal for Montreal Mission by number 3, Caroline Viola. Passed by number 68, Mia Tanguay. The first goal of the game with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. So both teams getting lots of shots in, but Montreal the first to take the goal. Number 3, Viola. Shot that slid just through the goalie's pads.
And we'll get a replay here.
See it again.
And that just trickled in off of that 5-hole shot. Great goal.
So Atlantic with possession now. Prue with the ring. Cycling, drops it to LeBlanc. Just missed, picks it up. LeBlanc, pass cut off. Atlantic regains possession. Beal cuts into the middle, takes a shot. Saved by Dubé. Dubé looking to dish it off to her defense.
Looks like they're having trouble on that breakout for Montreal, having trouble finding a man. On this one, looks like Trudel took a small fall. That's okay, they'll recover. Something for them to work on throughout the game. Still very early.
So we are now 1-0 for Montreal Mission with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Lots of good ringette left to be seen.
Atlantic attack starting with the ring in the face-off.
Snowden with the ring. Passes it down to the corner. Snowden again, looking to cut in. Snowden still with the ring, pass across just wide. Atlantic still regains possession. Snowden looking to crash, dishes it off, just missed. Vautour with the ring. Little battle on the boards, and Atlantic will come out with the possession there.
So it looks like from that, if I'm reading the signals properly from the referee, the Montreal player stepped on the ring. Anytime a ring is stepped on, it goes to the other team. So Atlantic attack will get the ring back in the offensive zone off the face-off.
Snowden. Passed wide to Manon Vautour, 23 for the Atlantic attack. Back to Snowden, looking to crash into the triangle. Good defense by Montreal.
Great defense on that.
Ring picked up by Montreal, 21, Aubin. Passes up the ice to Blanchette. And into Lassard. Lassard slowing things down, letting her line mates catch up. Into 91, Brulé. Brulé across to Blanchette, just missed. Brulé again picks up the ring. Montreal looking to make their line changes. Number 10, Blanchard with the ring for Montreal. Pass to Lanouette, back to Blanchard. Just missed the shot off there. Colette for Atlantic with the ring. Passes to her defensive partner. Up the ice to Snowden. Good defense by Montreal. Moreau to Duquette. In the zone to Blanchard. Pass shot, goal! Montreal goal scored by number 25, Brittany Lanouette, off of a pass from number 10, Marie-Pierre Blanchard. Really nice little pass and play. We're going to see it up again on the screen.
This one was beautifully executed. The passing sequence here is very nice. Blanchard protecting the ring, and a one-timer shot from Lanouette.
Lanouette really picking the corner there, putting Montreal up 2-0 with 38 seconds left in the first quarter. Montreal starting really strong here. Atlantic attack dumps the ring into the corner. LeBlanc with the ring, looking for a shot. Cycles again, passes into the middle, just missed. Picked up by number 19, Dobbin. Back to LeBlanc, shot, just off the goalie. Atlantic picks up the ring, but final seconds of the quarter. And that's the first quarter. Montreal is leading 2-0 over the Atlantic attack.
Exactly what you said earlier, Meg. We're seeing a lot of offensive play, which is really nice. They have really strong forwards, lots of scoring opportunities. Atlantic attack, I'm sure, is very close to getting that first goal for them. And Montreal will continue to take their opportunities when they come.
Yep, and in between the first and second quarter, there'll just be a short little break. So the teams will just reconvene at their own benches for quick feedback, and then between the second and third, they'll get a much longer intermission.
Just a small reminder, not usual, but we are playing this game with no shot clocks. Therefore, there's no rush up the ice, and that both teams are able to really control the ring and set up.
And as always, we have a great thanks to our officials officiating. And Vincent Moisin. Excuse us. The officials for this morning's games are Alex Haynes and Chris Fair, and we wish Alex Haynes best of luck as he heads off to Finland to.
And we're about to get started in the second quarter.
Montreal with the ring, in deep to Lassard. Lassard trying cuts in, picked up by Pou. Beal with the ring. Up to 4, Gallant. Pass didn't quite make it in. But we've got a stoppage of play, and the ring's going to go back to the Atlantic attack.
So looks like the referee here interpreted that as the ring was covered, which is out of play. Therefore, they gave the ring to the Atlantic here in center ice.
Atlantic attack with the ring. in deep to Beal. Pass across to number 99, Pooh. Pooh cycles now. Pass to the corner, just missed. Picked up by, Atlantic regains possession, number 66, Beal. Back pass, top shot, just wide of the net. Atlantic again with the ring, 66. To Pooh, looking for a shot. Just gets one into the pads of Dubé. Aubin comes up the ice with the ring. Pass to Blanchard. Up the ice to Lanouette. Picked up by the goalie. Richard for Atlantic now with the ring. Support pass. Atlantic comes out with it. And good stick check by Montreal.
Excellent pressure by Montreal.
Atlantic still with possession. Snowden to Vautour. And Montreal will pick it up. 68 for Montreal. Tied up on the boards, but gets the pass in, just missed. Picked up by Dingwell for the Atlantic. Dingwell with the ring. Passed it up the ice again, now to Vautour. Looking to cut in. Snowden looking for a shot. Keeps cycling, looking to set something up. Snowden across. Ring doesn't quite get through, but she regains possession. To Gaudette. Down to the corner to Vautour. To Snowden. And goal! Goal by number 77, Brittany Snowden for the Atlantic attack. Beautiful little move with a backhand shot.
A little bit of a collapse on the defensive triangle from Montreal there, which really allowed Snowden all that time to make those moves and get that backhand shot. Sort of roofed it there.
So Snowden with her first goal of this game.
Here we go. So we see that the defensemen there had lost their stick, lost their footing, which really allowed
nice
Brittany.
Assist by number 23, Vautour, and it is now 2-1 in favor of the Montreal Mission with 10 minutes left in the second. Montreal now looking to get into the offensive zone. Viola. Viola with the ring. Passes it off to Nagy. Nagy looking to make a move. Shot into the pads of Fraser for the Atlantic. Colette with the ring. Support pass. Richard fighting for it on the boards. Back to Colette. Back to Richard. Atlantic coming up the ice. Good pickoff by Montreal's Nagy. Atlantic still fighting for it. Atlantic comes out with the ring. Passed in deep to LeBlanc. Atlantic cycling now. Drop past the Pooh. Pooh, one of the Atlantic captains, circling with the ring. Shot just wide of the net. Picked up again by the Atlantic attack. Pooh again, down to the corner. Just missed. LeBlanc with the ring. Chloe LeBlanc. Pass to Pooh on the corner. Saved by Dubé. Battle on the boards, and Montreal Mission will come out with a goalie ring. Dubé dishes it off to Blanchette. Blanchette up the ice, number 72, Trudel. Trudel passes it in deep. Brûlé cycling with the ring to Blanchette. Shot scored! Third goal for
Absolute
Montreal, scored by number
beauty of a
99,
goal.
Julie Blanchette, off a pass from number 91, Emily Brulé. This puts Montreal up 3-1. Beautiful shot from Blanchette.
For those of you who have been watching the sport for a long time, Julie Blanchette has been around and has so much experience. And for anybody who knows, that is a classic Julie Blanchette goal right over the shoulder in that tiny, tiny slot.
Beautiful shot right over the top corner of the goalie. Montreal leading 3-1 with 8 minutes left in the second. We'll see how Atlantic responds. Atlantic with the ring. Into Vautour. Vautour cycling now for the Atlantic. Looks for the pass across, just missed. Picked up by Aubin from Montreal. Coming up the ice. In deep. Aubin. Pass to Blanchard. Blanchard pass, but picked up by the Atlantic attack. And Montreal trying to get, Atlantic trying to get in the zone here. They've got it, shot. Whoa, goal! Goal by number 23, Manon Vautour for the Atlantic attack. Little bit of a backhand that bounced in, and we're up 3-2.
A bit of an unlucky bounce, kind of trickled in over Dubé's shoulder, but a goal is a goal. 3-2. We'll see it again here.
So number 3, Vautour, backhands, yep. Just hits off of Montreal player and goes over the shoulder of Dubé.
You can see that Dubé was disappointed with that one.
So 3-2 still for Montreal leading with 7 minutes left in the second. Atlantic with the ring. Pass to Richard coming up the ice. Good move to break free. Number 19, Dobbin. Looking to pass it into the zone. Found LeBlanc, shot just wide. Picked up by Richard. Richard cycling now. Passes it off to Dobbin. Across to LeBlanc. Tries for the corner. Picked up again by Dobbin. Atlantic getting some good zone time here. Still Macy Dobbin with the ring. Passes it off. Beal now. Passed in deep to Chloe LeBlanc. Back to Beal. Looking for a shot. She gets one. Just saved by Dubé. LeBlanc once again. Across to Pou. Down to the corner shot. Saved by Dubé off of a beautiful corner shot.
Great play.
Duquette for Montreal takes the ring. Duquette. Little battle. Atlantic comes out with it. Dishes it off to number 6. Richard looking for a shot. Good defense. Oh, but we're going to get a penalty coming to Montreal. So penalty to coming to Montreal's number 8, Lily Moreau. So the penalty call is body. So that's going to be a 2-minute penalty for Montreal's number 8.
So I think what we saw there was a little bit too much of a push from Lily, which caused the penalty there.
Shot from the face-off, saved by Dubé. Trudel comes out with it. Picked off by Snowden. Little battle on the boards here. Blanchard for Montreal with the ring. Support pass. Trudel puts it in deep. Blanchard again. Marie-Pierre Blanchard just checked off the ring. Battle down deep in the corner. And we're going to get a goalie ring for the Atlantic attack. Atlantic dishes it off to Cormier. Pass up the ice, intercepted by Montreal. Lanouette coming into the zone. To Blanchard. Back to Lanouette. Cycling, looking for room. Seguin with the ring. Back to Blanchard. Shot, scores! Beautiful top corner goal scored by number 10 for Montreal Mission, Marie-Pierre Blanchard. Montreal is now leading 4-2 with 4 minutes left in the second period. That was a very, very beautiful shot. Marie-Pierre Blanchard is actually a member of Team Canada that will be competing in the Worlds in a few weeks. And that is one of her signature shots. Beautiful, right over the corner of the goalie. Not much that could be done there. 4-2 Montreal. Atlantic now looking to respond. Shot passed down to the corner. LeBlanc with the ring. Pass back to the middle. Dobbin now. Dobbin cycling with the ring. Little pass picked up by Montreal. And we've got a penalty coming to the Atlantic attack. So what you're seeing now, the signal that the ref just did, is indicating that this is going to be a major penalty. So it's a 4-minute penalty coming up to the Atlantic. It's for number 11, Julie Richard. It's a major boarding. So for boarding especially, anytime that the hit comes from behind the player, shoulders pushing the head into the boards, it's most likely going to be a major, meaning it's a 4-minute penalty served. As a reminder, Montreal does still have 16 seconds left of their penalty, so we've got 4-on-4 for the next 16 seconds, and then Atlantic serving their 4-minute penalty.
There's 3 minutes and 49 seconds left in this second quarter of the game.
Montreal with the ring. Blanchette drops it to number 9, Nagy. Montreal letting their penalty run out. So it is now 5-on-4 in favor of Montreal. Pass to Viola. Viola
Lots
still
of
with the
pressure
ring.
from Atlantic.
And that will be a possession for the Atlantic now. Number 6, Richard, trying to come out with it. Looking for some support. She finds it. Melanson coming up the ice. Picked off by Montreal. Montreal comes back. Viola with the ring. Shot just wide. Picked up by number 9, Nagy for Montreal. Nagy looking for a shot. She cycles, but we've got a stoppage of play, so the ring's going to go back to the Atlantic attack.
I believe this was
in the zone.
I believe this was a 4-in call. So Montreal just on a switch, a fourth player went within the Ringette line, and the ring goes back to Atlantic attack in center ice.
Cormier now with the ring, looking to find a pass into the zone. She finds one deep to Beal. Beal to Snowden. Snowden back to Beal. Beal back to Snowden. Back to Beal. Shot, didn't quite make it through. Picked off by Montreal. Beal back with the ring now. So we're going to have another stoppage of play. The player for Montreal touched the ring on both sides of the blue line. As a reminder for Ringette, you cannot bring the ring over the blue line. So the ring will go back to the Atlantic attack in the offensive zone. LeBlanc passes it off. Vautour back to LeBlanc. Back to Vautour, just missed. Picked up by Trudel from Montreal. Pass up. Blanchette now with the ring. Looking for a pass across. Good defense by the attack. Blanchette to Brulé, just missed. Vautour for the attack, picks up the ring. 23, Vautour coming up the ice. Pass picked up by Montreal. Blanchette to Lassard. To Brulé. Montreal now with possession in the offensive zone. Blanchard with a shot. Saved by Fraser. So we're going to get the ring going back to Montreal here. We've got 1 minute and 4 seconds left in the second period. Montreal still leading 4-2. Montreal is still on a power play. There's 1 minute and 15 seconds left in the Atlantic's penalty. So it is still 5-on-4 on the ice for Montreal. Vivier to Blanchard. Back to Vivier. Picked off by the attack. Snowden coming up the ice. Attack can't quite get it into the zone. Picked up by Montreal. Lanouette. Good stick check by Snowden. Snowden with the ring to Gaudette. Gaudette goes down. Looks like a delayed penalty coming for Montreal. Atlantic's going to take the time to let their fourth additional player come into the zone. So we now have a 4-on-3 for the Atlantic attack. Cuts in, pass to Prou. Prou shoots, she scores! Goal for the Atlantic attack by number 99, Miguel Prou. Beautiful shot. That was a 4-on-3 play for the Atlantic. So it is now 4-3 for Montreal. Atlantic looking to close that gap before the end of the period. Beautiful pass across, right to the top. Beautiful move into the middle by Prou. And just a really nice shot, buries it in the corner. So also a penalty coming up to Montreal for body, served by number 21, Zoe Aubin. Normally a goal would cancel out a penalty, but because the Atlantic had a penalty at the time, both teams will continue to serve their penalties. We've got 10 seconds left. Ket with the ring, looking to get the final shot off. She does. And that's the end of the second. So we are now at halftime for this game, Montreal versus Atlantic Attack. Montreal leads 4-3. Really exciting game, lots of back and forth. So both teams now will head to the locker rooms. The Zamboni will do a pass of the ice, and the teams will both look to regroup, see what changes they make coming into the second half of this game. We're now going to go down. So we're going to go down to an interview on the ice between with Brittany Snowden, number 77 for the Atlantic Attack.
All right, we're here with Brittany Snowden. Brittany, this is a really close game. It's going really well for both teams. How are you feeling?
I think that we're playing pretty well for a team that just came back from a long road trip. 4-3 against the Montreal. They're the defeating champs from last season, so it's pretty good to be this close with them. We're just sticking to our game plan, and we'll have 2 more hard periods to play here.
That's great. What do you guys think is going to be your focus moving into the second half of the game?
Definitely some more intensity, some cheerful energy from the bench. 4-3 game, anyone's game right now. So just stick to our game plan, be aggressive, and just move the ring really well.
Awesome. So changing gears a little bit, you're getting ready for Worlds. How's that preparation going?
Really good. I'm super excited. Yeah, we have a really good team going up. Kind of never practiced before, but we have some really good girls going up, so it'll be good.
Do you think that things will be able to be a little bit different this time going around with Worlds with the team that you guys have?
Yeah, different style that we usually do. We have the all-star team. So like I said, we never practice together, but we're all really capable players, very intelligent. I think we'll do really well together.
That's awesome. Well, I can definitely tell you that we're excited to see you guys go out there and kill it. And best of luck in the second half of your game today.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.
All right, so we will see you guys when we come back for the second half of the Montreal game versus the Atlantic Attack.
They're just superhumans, and they come from a humble background.
Seeing my sisters make big teams, it made me realize even though we're from this little province, you can make your dreams come true if you work hard.
They just love the game so much.
8 seconds remaining. Snowden with a shot.
This past season, the two of them scored 97 and 96 points each. That's in 24 games.
My earliest memory of Ringette is my dad making an outdoor rink in the backyard.
Our older sisters did not go easy on us. There was no mercy in our family.
She knows what I'm capable of. I know what she's capable of.
So they've always been really close. Moncton sisters ready to take on Ringette World.
All right, in.
This is the game we came here to play, guys.
They said that if she got another concussion, she'd never be able to play Ringette again.
Oh, nice break. I'm always scared that they don't get hurt.
When we first started the Atlantic Attack, we were at the bottom of the barrel. Now we can actually compete.
People sacrifice a lot for the sport.
I am just realizing now everything that they had to go through in order for us to just play a simple game.
I love you! It's always been about togetherness.
You said it once and you said it before, them Snowdens are not too bad Ringette players.
All very, very good players. All spend a lot of time at the rink. I know that these younger girls have spent a lot of time watching their older sisters play, and it's fun to watch them in a very nice family.
So welcome back. We're still at the halftime mark between the Atlantic Attack and Montreal Mission. Both teams are just in the locker room as the Zamboni hits the ice. Montreal Mission is leading 4-3 over the Atlantic Attack, and we've had some really exciting ringettes so far, so really excited for what the second half's going to bring. But it's been pretty even back and forth, equal possession. Lots of shots coming off. Both goalies are doing a great job, and we're seeing lots of offensive plays.
So a little bit more on Ringette. We'll take a minute here to kind of go to some Ringette 101. For those of you who are new, the blue lines, we got to make some passes over the blue lines. That's why you might see some violations or loss of possession. So over those blue lines, we need to see some passes. That circle around the goalie, that is the goalie's crease. Players cannot enter the crease at any time. That's why when the goalie picks up the ring and they're looking to make their pass, they're not getting interfered in any way. Another rule that we see here is that line across the top of the two circles, that is the 3-in line. So that Ringette line is used. Only 3 players can play on the inside. And I think that wraps up the Ringette 101. So we'll be going to a small break, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Welcome back. We're here at the Gadbois Sports Complex in Montreal for the first game of this weekend's hub. We have Montreal Mission faced up against the Atlantic Attack. We are currently just waiting for the teams to hit the ice at halftime, and Montreal is currently leading 4-3. We've seen a lot of back and forth, a lot of really even, fast-paced ringette, and we're very excited to see what these teams are going to bring into the second period. We've got about 20 seconds left before the teams will hit the ice and do another little warm-up before starting the second half of the game. As a reminder, the game is played in 4 periods, so we've done two 13-minute periods to go. And just a little background between these two teams. We've mentioned it at the beginning. This is actually the 3rd time already this season that these teams have faced off. They faced off at the beginning of October, and in the first game, Montreal took the lead 9-5, and in the second game, the Atlantic took the lead 9-5. So we're sitting at a 4-3 score here, which is a pretty average number of goals scored for about the halfway point in an NRL game.
And like Brittany said down by the ice, for them, they are happy with this so far. There's so much ringette left to play, and from here they plan on working hard, tightening up, and hopefully being able to catch up with Montreal. So I think, like we said at the beginning of the game, it's a good matchup, and we're seeing that today out there on the ice, and I think we can expect the same in the second half as we get started here. The Zamboni has just a couple turns left, and I hope we keep seeing some nice goals.
Really beautiful goals. These are two really offensive teams. We did say it again, Montreal is the reigning champions from last year, so they took home the Canadian Ringette Championship title in 2025 for the 2024-2025 season. And both these teams have a couple players that will be competing on Team Canada in the Worlds coming up in a few weeks in Finland. So on the Atlantic side, they have 2 forwards, number 23 Manon Vautour and number 77 Brittany Snowden, who will be members of Team Canada. And on Montreal's side, they have quite a few players. Number 10, Marie-Pierre Blanchard. Their goalie, number 33, Dubé. Number 72, Trudel.
All right,
we're seeing a replay now of a goal scored by 77 Snowden. And now on Montreal's side, a beautiful top corner goal by Julie Blanchette. That goal by Manon Vautour for the Atlantic Attack. All players that I just mentioned will be competing on Team Canada in a few weeks. Marie-Pierre Blanchard as well, Team Canada, beautiful goal. And Atlantic's goal now by number 99, Prou. That was the 3rd goal for the Atlantic that they scored just before the end of the period. And it is worth mentioning as well, just in regards to the World Championships coming up, that the team captain for Montreal, number 99, Julie Blanchette, who we did just see in that highlight reel, is the head coach for Team Canada.
So Zamboni is wrapping up here on the ice. So we will be coming back to the second half, starting the 3rd quarter of this ringette game. We've got Montreal Mission home team in the black jerseys against the Atlantic Attack from New Brunswick in the white jerseys. A reminder on the score, we've got Montreal at 4 and Atlantic Attack at 3. A very exciting second period about to come our way. A small reminder going into the second period, we are not playing with shot clocks. So if you're seeing possession of the ring over longer periods of time than we might be used to seeing, for those of you who are new,
And we're back. Welcome back. The players have just hit the ice. We're gearing up for the second half of this game. Montreal leading 4-3. Looking to see what kind of adjustments both of these teams are going to make coming into the second.
Atlantic Attack will be starting with the ring in this second half of the game, starting the third quarter. Both teams currently have a penalty. We currently have the Atlantic Attack with 11 seconds left to their penalty, and the Montreal Mission have 42 seconds left in their penalty.
So we'll see some here at the Gadbois Sports Complex, and wherever you're watching from, we're so happy you're here, and we're excited to get this second half underway. Atlantic with the ring. Pass to the captain, 77, Brittany Snowden. Passes it in deep to Vautour. Back to Snowden. Snowden cycles up top to Vautour. Little spin move, shot off, saved by Dubé. Atlantic with possession once again. Snowden. Pass across. Shot. Nice glove save by Dubé for Montreal.
Beautiful save.
Seguin with the ring. Pass to Moreau. Moreau up the ice to Blanchette. Little support pass for number 8, Moreau. Moreau will get it back into the zone for Blanchette. Across. Picked up by the Atlantic. Pooh battling up on the boards here with Duquette. Pooh comes out with the ring, passes it in. No one for the Atlantics there, so Montreal will pick it up. Trudel with the ring. Passes it to Brûlé. Pass picked up. Pooh for the Atlantic with the ring. Pooh to number 2, LeBlanc, just misses. Picked up by Montreal. Duquette to Blanchard. Passes it in for Lasalle, just misses the ring. Atlantic's going to pick it up. Gallant with the ring. To Pooh. Pooh passes a long pass, goes over both blue lines. Montreal will take possession.
We're seeing a little bit of a slower start to the second half of the game as we're getting settled. Hopefully the teams will settle into this one and pick up the pace to what we saw in that first half.
Yeah, lots of back and forth. Neither team has gotten the same amount of zone time in their offensive zone as we saw in the first half of this game. Atlantic now with the ring, hoping to get into the offensive zone and set something up. LeBlanc with the ring. To Richard. Richard cycles. Pass picked up by Montreal. Montreal breaking up the ice. Pass in the zone to Lanouette. Lanouette having some difficulty getting possession. Atlantic will pick it up again. Long pass. Atlantic player tries to dive for it. Montreal will pick it up. Little collision here in the center ice. So we are seeing a little bit more of a scramble. The transitions in between zones aren't going as smoothly for these teams as they were in the first period. We'll see which team can take control first. Trudel now for Montreal with the ring. Trying to find some support to break out. Passes it to 21, Aubin. Aubin passes up to Nagy. Back to Aubin. Aubin comes in the zone.
Looking to get some control here.
This is Viola now with the ring for Montreal. Pass to Blanchette. Blanchette into the corner. A pass just missed. Brulé now with the ring. Looking to get a shot off. Shot just wide of the net, but picked up still by Montreal. 99, Julie Blanchette. Cross crease pass. Brulé to Blanchette. Across the ice. Looking to get a shot off. Shot scores! Goal for Montreal by number 72, Alexandra Trudel. Beautiful little backhand right over the shoulder of Georgia Fraser. It is now 5-3 for Montreal with 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
So we're going to get a replay here. So you can see that the defense had come down on the goalie a little bit, which allowed the room for Trudel to walk in and get that backhand shot. Beautiful goal.
A lot of really nice moves for Trudel to make that happen. Finished with a nice shot right over the goalie's shoulder. 5-3. Atlantic now looking to get it in. Pass across to number 2. Picked up by Montreal. Nice little give and go. Number 4, Lasalle with the ring. Pass, shot. Shot by Lanouette right into Fraser.
Seven minutes and 55 seconds left in this third period. 5-3 with Montreal Mission leading.
Montreal taking possession now of the ring. Blanchard to Lanouette. Lanouette cycling. Drops to Blanchard. Looks to drive. Shot doesn't quite get through. Montreal still picks it up. Moreau to Lanouette. Drop pass to Blanchard. Pass across to Lanouette. Just missed, but she still gains possession. Across again to Blanchard. Shot just wide of the net. Montreal still with the ring. So now we're getting into a lot of good zone time for Montreal. They're spending a lot of time in the offensive zone. That ring's just picked up by number 99, Plou, for the attack. And the Atlantic attack will come up the ice now. Pass just missed.
And that is a line violation. So the player made the pass and touched it over the blue line again. Therefore, the ring will go to Montreal in the offensive zone. So that's where the blue line comes in. A pass absolutely needs to be made to a teammate on the ice for the play to continue.
Yeah, and in the first couple minutes of this period, we were seeing a lot of time in the transition, a lot of time in the center ice zone. But now Montreal seems to be setting into a good rhythm, lots of time in the offensive zone. Shot just off the goalie. Montreal picks it up again. Tanguay with the ring. Tanguay cycles, cuts in, looks to get the shot off just over the net. Some Montreal players in the crease, so Montreal can't take possession of the ring.
So in that case, it would have been a lose-lose. We had a few players standing in the crease there. No matter who picked it up, they were going to be losing that ring.
So Atlantic now, goalie ring to 21, Melanson. Passed up the ice to 27, LeBlanc. And attack now in the offensive zone. Richard with the ring. Richard to LeBlanc. LeBlanc looks for the shot. She gets it into the pads of Dubé.
So there we have the 5-second violation. Again, Montreal seems to be struggling with their goalie rings. She just didn't have any options for that 5 seconds there. So the ring will go back to the Atlantic attack in the offensive zone.
Some line changes from both teams. Get some fresh legs on the ice and see what the Atlantic can do to respond. Snowden will take the ring. Looking for a shot. She'll make the pass. Pass just missed. Bouncing ring picked up by Montreal. Little collision here. Montreal still coming out with it. 99, Blanchette. Up the ice to Aubin. Pass into the zone to Brûlé. Good speed from Montreal coming into the zone. Brûlé now to Blanchette. Looking to get it across to Brûlé. Picked off by the attack. Both teams battling on the boards. Atlantic will dump it in, but Montreal will pick it up. So we've got the ring now coming back to Montreal in their defensive zone. Montreal trying to break out of their zone. Pass off to number 4, Lasov. Tries to drop it to her teammate, but the Atlantic was there.
Small miscommunication.
Number 2 now, Chloe LeBlanc for the attack with the ring. LeBlanc drops it to Beal. Beal looking to get a pass off, but goes into the skates of Montreal. Now we have 10 Blanchard for Montreal in the offensive zone with possession. She'll cycle wide. Pass into Lanouette, just missed. Blanchard again with the ring. Cross to Lanouette. Montreal looking to set up something. Blanchard just misses that spear. Atlantic will pick it up. Little battle on the boards. Possession will go back to Montreal.
So what's nice here is you're really seeing Montreal settle into the game. There's no panic. When there's a missed pass, they're quick to go get it and sit back up in the offensive zone. So it's making for a very relaxed gameplay.
Yeah, and you can see we're definitely slowing the pace down a little bit. Montreal has had a lot of possession in this third quarter, and they're looking to keep the possession. So they're not taking as many shots as they were. They're really settling into the offensive zone, using the shot clock to their advantage and letting the time be on their side. Nagy now with the ring. Dished off to Vivier, shot wide. Picked up by Tanguay. Pass across, shot. Nice save by the goalie. Montreal again with the ring, number 9, Nagy looking to shoot. Shot comes off. Fraser with the save. Goalie ring was just missed by number 21, so Montreal will pick up the ring again. Montreal getting a lot of good offensive zone time. Nagy now with the ring, shot wide.
Just tipped off the goalie's stick.
Vivier will pick it up, and Montreal will look to change. So we've got Blanchette coming on the ice. Brûlé now with the ring. Pass across to 96, Seguin. Cross to Brûlé. Good defense by the attack. They'll pick it up. Snowden. Good stick checking. Montreal will come back in with it. Pass across. Shot by 91, Brûlé. Saved. So Snowden will come out with it, trying to get this breakout for her team. We'll pass it in deep. Picked up by number 23. Snowden now with the ring for the attack. Back to Snowden. Shot. Saved. Trudel now for Montreal, breaking out with the ring. Pass just a little too wide. Attack will come back with it. So both teams now having a little bit of trouble gaining possession. Attack having some issues with their transition, but Snowden now on a breakaway. Goal! Snowden now coming in with a lot of speed. Made a really nice move with the goalie and just tucked it into the corner. Goal by number 77, Brittany Snowden for the Atlantic attack. It now puts the score at 5-4 for Montreal.
So here we'll see in the replay, there's a quick rush off the up the ice, and the Montreal defense wasn't quite set up to be able to defend this. So we got a beautiful goal by Brittany Snowden.
So we're back to a 1-goal differential. Nice close game. Montreal will bring it into the zone. Can't quite get the ring. Atlantic's going to come back with it. Number 16, Colette. To 99. Pass to Gallant. And Montreal will pick up that pass. Blanchard now with the ring for Montreal. Passes across to Lanouette. Lanouette to Blanchard. Looking to get a shot off. She does. Just hits the goalie glove. Lessard for Montreal will pick it up.
So one of the advantages we're seeing from Montreal is when they get a shot off at the net, they're quick to recover it. So it really allows them to stay in the offensive zone.
And if you've only tuned into the second half, in the first half there was some technical difficulties with the shot clock, so this game is being played without a shot clock, which does change the speed and the possession amounts for the teams quite a bit. Atlantic now will come into the zone. .27 for Atlantic with the ring. Passes it off. Back to LeBlanc. LeBlanc cycles. Trying to cut in. She does. Good defense. Tries to dish it off to Daubin. So we have a penalty coming up. And we have a player down.
We'll take some time here to make sure that the player is doing all right.
So we will have a penalty coming up to the Montreal Mission.
Atlantic will look to capitalize on this to see if they can make the game even.
So we're going to get a little replay on the penalty. We had LeBlanc who tried to crash in, and the defense of Montreal stepped up, but it looks like there was a bit too much body on that step up. So there is going to be a penalty coming to Montreal.
They are looking right now at who will be taking the penalty. We're just looking for some clarification. And it looks like Lily Morrow will be taking this 2-minute penalty, which we saw in the replay just a couple moments ago. So again, Atlantic Attack will be at a small advantage here on the ice. Hopefully they'll be able to capitalize and get this game to 5-5. 27 seconds left in this third period.
Snowden now with the ring. Passes it off to Vautour. Vautour cycling. Little drop pass. Couldn't quite reach it. Montreal fighting for the ring now.
And the ring was unfortunately launched outside of the rink, which will bring the ring back to the offensive zone for the Atlantic Attack. I think the intention here was to clear the ring, gain some time so that the defense can set up. And unfortunately, that will go back, and the Atlantic Attack will have another chance offensively with 5 seconds left.
And what we're seeing with the 5 seconds is the Attack has pulled their goalie to allow for 4 in the zone. So they've got a little bit of a power play, little pass off shot. The ring didn't quite make it out of the free play circle, so the ring will be returned to the Montreal goalie with just 1 second left in this quarter. And that's the third. So after 3 quarters, Montreal is leading 5-4 in this NRL game, Montreal Mission versus Atlantic Attack.
So we are seeing a little bit more control here from Montreal, and I'm sure that the Atlantic would like to have a little bit more possession, but it's still only 5-4. So Atlantic is just as much in this game as Montreal is. I think just a little bit more control, a few more opportunities on the net, and we've got a killer game here.
Yep, and 13 minutes, as anyone in Ringette will tell you, is tons and tons of time, lots to happen. So there's no stress right now on either side because they've got a full period to kind of settle in, see if they can even out those scores, or in Montreal's case, extend their lead. And like we said, for those who didn't catch the first half of the game, there were technical difficulties with the shot clock. So we are playing this game without the shot clock, which is one of Ringette's most significant rules for people who are new to the sport. Normally, most teams only get a 30-second possession time, And today we're playing no shot clock, so the teams are really trying to take advantage of that. Montreal in particular, because of their lead, they're going to look to just really keep control possession of the ring. There's no urgency to take any shots or get those resets. So I think in the fourth quarter here, we're going to see a lot from Montreal trying to control, where Attack's really going to be looking to get possession back and make it into their offensive zone.
So here from the setup that we're seeing at the beginning of the fourth period, Atlantic Attack is taking more of a man-to-man setup. So they're really going aggressively on their defense. Excited to see what this fourth period brings us.
Yes. And here we go. Montreal in their offensive zone. We have Brûlé cycling, dishes it off to Blanchette. You can see Blanchette really taking her time, taking her space. Corner pass down to Brûlé. Pass across. Trudel now with the ring. Corner pass. And now we're really seeing Montreal taking their time with it. Like we said, without the shot clock, the urgency is a little bit lower. Montreal is really looking to just stay in this zone with the ring. Blanchette now really taking the space. Attack trying to get that ring back. They do. Vautour. Attack coming in. A quick speed goal.
Wow.
Beautiful goal by number 23, Manon Vautour, for the Atlantic Attack, bringing the game to a tied 5-5.
Very exciting. So I really feel that the Atlantic turned it up. She came in with a lot of speed and was able to get that over Dubé's left-hand shoulder. Beautiful shot.
And we're going to get a replay of that beautiful goal.
So there's the speed we were talking about.
Yeah, beautiful speed.
All right,
nice little
exciting
backhand
game.
shot. All tied up, 5-5, still 11 and a half minutes to go. Montreal now, Blanchard with the ring. Across to Lanouette, back to Blanchard. Blanchard coming across. Good center defense by the Atlantic Attack number 99. The ring comes out. Little battle on the boards here. Atlantic Attack will come out with it. Pooh with the ring, sends it in deep to number 66, Beal. Atlantic Attack now with possession in their offensive zone. LeBlanc with the ring. Cycles, just a little fumble. Montreal will pick that up. Good battles happening here. Atlantic still coming out with it. Julie Richard now for the Attack with the ring.
$10 minutes and 30 seconds left in this fourth period of the game.
Atlantic cycling. Passes it off. Tries to get that pass back in the middle. Montreal will pick it up, and Montreal will rush up the ice. Good defensive play by the attack here by number 6, Nicole Richard. Nagy for Montreal will bat the ring in deep. No one from Montreal there, so Atlantic will pick that up. Little support pass. Atlantic coming up the center ice. Richard with the ring. Passes it off.
Oh, that was a very close call. So what happened here is the ref deemed that Snowden carried the ring over the blue line. So the ring's going to go back to Montreal. Very close call. And the ring will go back to Montreal. Good try by Snowden.
And you can see both the teams are really picking up the speed. Atlantic especially, their zone transitions are very quick. Montreal getting the ring in. Tanguay with it now. Tanguay back pass to Nagy. Tries to cut in. Looks for the shot. She scores! Beautiful move by number 9, Zoe Nagy from Montreal. Cuts into the middle and buries it into the corner. That puts Montreal up 6-5 with 9.5 minutes left to go in this game.
So Nagy, a rookie on the Montreal Mission team, beautiful patience in front of the net. She stepped in the triangle and she waited and waited and looked for that opportunity, and she saw it. Beautiful goal, great patience from the rookie.
We are going to get that replay. Walked right behind the center, waited, beautiful shot.
And that's Atlantic that patience now, that we are talking about.
Atlantic now coming to respond. We're going to get a goalie ring for Montreal. Blanchette now bringing up the ring. Pass to Brûlé. Back to Blanchette. Across to Lessard. Just couldn't handle the spear, but still picks it up. Montreal with possession. Pass in the middle. Lessard tries to backhand it. Just wide. Looks like we have a crease violation. A Montreal Mission player stepped in the crease, so the ring will go back to the Atlantic goalie. Attack now coming up the ice. Caught up on the boards.
So with that one, Atlantic unfortunately lost the ring on the move it or lose it rule is what we call it in Ringette. So unfortunately she couldn't move with the ring. That ring then goes to Montreal Mission in the center ice.
Still 8.5 minutes left here in the game. Lots of time. Montreal does have a 1-goal lead. The score is 6-5. Montreal now looking to bring the ring into the zone. Trudel with it. Pass to Blanchard. Blanchard enters, makes a nice move to the middle. Gets the shot off. Saved by Georgia Fraser. Fraser dishes it off. A little battle here. Pooh for the attack will come out with it. Support pass. And Richard now bringing up the ring. Attack having a little trouble getting out of the zone. She finds that pass to Beal on the boards. Beal can't quite get it up to her teammate, so Montreal will come back with it. 25, Lanouette.
Montreal looking to set up here. They do have a 1-goal lead. They'll only take shots when needed to not jeopardize losing possession of the ring.
Tanguay for Montreal now with the ring. Really taking the space. Nice pass out front for Nagy. Shot wide. Picked up by the attack.
You can see when Nagy's setting up for a shot, she's really looking to see where the opportunities are, where there's open net.
Battle on the boards. Aubin will come out with it for Montreal. Nagy again with the ring. Tanguay. Tanguay, little spin move. Still with the ring up top. Passes it low. Just missed. Viola will pick it up. Across to Nagy. Nagy now looking for another opportunity. She shoots just wide. Viola with the ring. to Tanguay. Montreal really taking their time here to set up.
Atlantic getting in, some switches here. This is a long time in the defensive zone, so you'll see them swapping out with players at the ringette line.
Montreal as well, just going for the line change. Blanchette now with the ring. Pass in to Lassard. Looks to pass across, intercepted by Atlantic. They'll pick it up. 27 now for Atlantic. Support pass. Atlantic still having a bit of difficulty getting it out of their zone. Lots of good support passes, though. They do get it in deep. Dobbin now for the Atlantic with the ring. Dobbin looking to let her teammates change. Snowden now with possession.
We saw the defense step in there to support while her forwards get onto the ice.
Snowden will dish it off. Vautour, goal! Another goal by number 23, Manon Vautour. A beautiful move to cut into the triangle and bury it right in the corner. We have a tied game once again, 6-6.
So again, came in with a lot of speed, getting over to Dubé's left-hand side and just snuck it in low. We'll see that in the replay here. Lots of speed cutting into the triangle. And there you go, right under her left arm.
Little drop pass from Snowden, and Vautour takes a lot of speed to crash into that triangle. Really good job. Exciting
It is now
6-6 game.
There you go. Thanks, Meg.
Montreal once again with possession. Lanouette picked up by Vautour. The attack will break up with it. Lots of speed coming up the ice. Snowden now with the ring. Snowden back pass, just missed, but Atlantic will keep possession. Another interception. Coming back for Montreal. Number 10, Blanchard takes the shot just wide of the net. Nice chance there.
That hit the crossbar, very close.
And there's a delayed penalty call coming to the Atlantic, so Montreal is going to be looking to put a fourth player in the zone and set up a little power play, 4-on-3. Nagy now with the ring. Passed across. Lanouette back to Nagy. Looking for the shot. Lanouette down to the corner. Blanchard. Nice shot. Montreal will pick it up again.
Reminder that there's no shot clock, so Montreal can continue to keep possession of the ring in the offensive zone.
Across to Nagy. Just missed, but still has possession. Back to Lanouette. Shot. So that was a shot by number 10, Blanchard, just into the pads of Fraser. Atlantic now heading to the penalty box.
So we've got 3 minutes and 53 seconds left in this game. We've got a tied game at 6-6. Very exciting between the Atlantic Attack and the Montreal Mission.
And we've got a penalty for number 4, Jasmine Gallant, a penalty for body. She'll serve 2 minutes for the Atlantic Attack. Tanguay with the ring for Montreal. 9, Nagy. Tanguay again. Tanguay still cycling, passes up to Viola. Viola looks for the shot just wide of the net, but still picked up by Nagy for Montreal. Nagy looking for some room. Good defensive triangle by the Attack. Nagy tries to get the shot off just into the skates of the Attack. They'll take possession. She'll go for a support pass now. Can't quite get the ring, so Montreal will pick it up again. Montreal's going to get that line change. Trudel now for Montreal with the ring. to Blanchette. Across to Lessard. Up to Brule. News into the middle. Shot. Nice shot. Atlantic really looking to get it out of this zone. Some difficulties here.
Montreal putting a good amount of pressure. It's really slowing down Atlantic moving up the ice.
They'll get it.
Big opportunity
Breakaway.
here.
Number 16 just a little too far in front of her.
Ring played by Dubé there, pushing it to the corner.
Colette for the attack will take the ring. Just under 2 minutes left in this game, still 6-6. Atlantic now. Drop pass picked up by Montreal. And Montreal will make it up the ice. Number 4, Lessard, tries to get it to Blanchette. Montreal still with possession. Into the middle, shot. Picked up again by Brule. Montreal doing a really good job at picking up their rebounds. Blanchette, 99. Passed across, just missed by Blanchard, but she'll still keep possession. Blanchard for Montreal. Pass to 79. Back to Blanchard. Shot just off the skates of the Montreal player. Moreau now for Montreal with the ring. Little scramble here. We have 48 seconds left. Exciting 6-6 game. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. Both teams are going to head to their bench. Montreal looking to capitalize on their time in the offensive zone, and the attack looking to get it out. Very exciting final period of Ringette here. Lots of really good back and forth. Montreal is in possession quite a bit, so the attack's really going to look to get the ring out of the zone with a bit of a quicker transition, get into their offensive zone, and hopefully set something up. Montreal looking to really keep the ring in the zone right now. And both teams are just getting ready to gear up again. 48 seconds. Let's see what they're going to do. So Montreal on the ice. We have their captain, Julie Blanchette, alongside number 91, Emily Brule, and number 10, Marie-Pierre Blanchard. Blanchette will take the ring. To Brule. Blanchette again, cycles. We're at 35 seconds. Blanchard to Blanchette. They're looking. Blanchette still with the ring. 20 seconds to go. They're looking for that opportunity. Really working with the clock here. Across, shot, scores! Goal by number 10 for Montreal. Marie-Pierre Blanchard puts Montreal in the lead with only 9 seconds to go. Beautiful play from Montreal. Top shelf goal. Number 10, Marie-Pierre Blanchard, off an assist from number 99, Julie Blanchette. Really great final play for Montreal. Blanchette passed across to Blanchard, who took a beautiful shot from outside right over the shoulder of the goalie. Montreal now in the lead, 7-6 with only 9 seconds left. We'll see if Atlantic can respond. Montreal will pick up the ring. Penalty coming to attack. And Montreal takes the win, 7-6. Exciting final 10 seconds of the game. So we saw some really great Ringette, 4 back-and-forth periods. Ultimately, Montreal, till the last second, really taking advantage of their time in the offensive zone. Beautiful final goal, putting Montreal up 7-6. As a reminder, this is only the first game of the Montreal Hub, 6 games total. So both these teams are going to play again today and again tomorrow. Make sure to tune into those. Great first start to the weekend. And so coming up just after this, we'll have the Rive-Sud Revolution face off against the Eastern Ontario Capitals. And once again, we really want to thank our sponsors, the Government of Canada, Gatorade, Sports Play, Athena Ringette, all the team sponsors, everyone who's watching at home right now, everyone who came out to support in person. Your support for Ringette and women's sports is really appreciated. So if you enjoyed this game, make sure to stick around for the next games of the weekend to come. And we're going to go down to ice level now for an interview with Montreal's team captain, number 99, Julie Blanchette. She's just getting ready. As a reminder, Julie Blanchette is both the captain of Montreal Mission and she'll be the head coach of Team Canada as they head to Worlds in 3 weeks in Finland. Julie Blanchette, one of the most veteran players in the NRL. Been one of the top scorers on the leaderboard. And we're going down to her now.
Julie, great game today. Historically, it's a really good matchup between Montreal and Atlantic. How did you feel about the matchup today?
I felt really good. We played them a couple weeks ago, and we match up well. We play well. I love playing Atlantic. They're one of the better teams in the league. They always have been since their inception. So we always have to bring our A game. And we knew it was going to be a tight game. So just until the end, fight till the end.
Absolutely. It was super exciting. Beautiful goal by MP there at the end. I'm sure you guys were very excited. Changing gears a little bit. Big Ringette year for you. You got your first gold medal, and now you're headed into another season, and you are coaching at Worlds. How do you feel about this big year of Ringette, and how are you preparing for Worlds?
Worlds has been a preparation for the past 2+ years, and it's continuous. I am surrounded by the most amazing coaching staff. Shout out to them. Without them, this wouldn't be done. The players are amazing. They're driven, they're motivated, and they're excited. So it just makes me I'm just the lucky one, right? I get to be surrounded by these amazing people, and we're ready. We're leaving in 5 days, 6 days. So there we go.
Awesome. That's super exciting. Well, best of luck at Worlds. Thank you so much. Great game today. And as usual, we're excited to see how your season goes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, everyone, that was Julie Blanchette from the Montreal Mission. Next up, we'll be sending it actually back to Meg up at the booth. So thank you so much.
And so that was Julie Blanchette, Montreal Mission's team captain. You heard her there talking about how Team Canada will be leaving for Worlds in less than a week. So head coach Julie Blanchette, as well as many players on Team Canada, will be appearing in the Hub this weekend. We're going to see a couple of the game's replays. Beautiful goal from Lanouette. Julie Blanchette there with her top shelf goal. And that was a goal from Manon Vautour, who I believe had 3 goals this game for the Attack. She is also a member of Team Canada. Blanchard now, who did have the winning goal, putting Montreal to the lead 7-6 with only 10 seconds left in this very exciting game. Lots of really great back and forth, great offense from both these teams. This was a really fun game to watch. Lots more Ringette coming up. Be sure to tune in. And be sure to tune in to the World Championships being held in Finland coming up in the very beginning of November. And once again, a final thank you to our sponsors, Government of Canada, Gatorade, Sports Play, Athena Ringette, all of the team sponsors, everyone watching at home, everyone who came out in person to the Montreal Hub. Ringette is still a growing sport, and your sport means everything to Ringette, women's sports in general, and everybody who put together this broadcast. Thank you to our officials, and thank you to every one of you. We hope you enjoyed.